What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the garage. Today we're back on the old CJ and we're going to be revamping the entire cooling system to get it ready for these hot Texas summers. Let's check it out. So if you've watched the previous CJ videos, this list was much longer, and I recently cleaned it up and just listed all the things that are left. I knew that stuff was going to come up as we actually started driving the Jeep, and things have. So in a previous video, we finally got the main gauge fixed, which gave me the ability to see the fuel level and the temperature. And unfortunately, the temperature was climbing. I took the Jeep a couple weeks ago, or last weekend, to go fill up with gas because it only had about a quarter of a tank. And I noticed on the way back that the temp was getting up there. It didn't get all the way too hot, but it was higher than I wanted it to be. So we're going to check it out. I ordered some stuff. We're just going to revamp the entire system. We're not going to take any chances. I just want it to be 100% ready to go. So the first issue I ran across is you can't really see any fluid. I guess the coolant's low. I thought I checked this. I thought it was on my list, but I guess I didn't. So here we are. Also, you can see it's very rusty and dirty and tarnished in there. So we're going to get that taken care of, and I'm going to show you what all I ordered real quick, and then we'll get started. We're going with a full revamp of the system. We're going to touch everything except for the actual water pump. It seems to be working correctly, so everything else is getting a refresh. So we're going to start with some radiator flush. This is going to get rid of the tarnish and rust and everything inside that radiator. It still looks like a good radiator. The fins are mostly straight, so I'm going to clean it first and see if that helps. We also have a new thermostat. I don't know what the thermostat is doing in there, so we're going to get that replaced, along with a new cap. I got the seal for the thermostat as well. We got a new fan clutch. This one, I don't really know how much resistance is supposed to be there, but to me it seems a little soft. It's very easy to turn. So we're going to go ahead and replace that just in case. And then, as you can see, this is the overflow, but it just goes to the bottom of the radiator and out. There's no catch can. So I got this universal catch can that we're going to try to fit kind of in this area here, down in there, and kind of see if we can get it to work. It may, it may not. It was cheap. If I can get it to work in there, it'll be awesome. If not, I mean, it came factory without one, so I don't think it's going to hurt anything. But that's the plan. We're going to start with draining whatever is in this system and getting the flush in there and getting it flushed, and then we'll run it with clear water for a couple of cycles to get everything out, and then we will start tearing it apart. I want to do that first because if I knock any chunks out of the system, I don't want them to get stuck in the new thermostat. So I'm going to do the flush first and then tear everything apart. All right. Oh, we're also going to, while we have this fan off, we're also going to kind of clean it up with a wire wheel and get some paint on there just to kind of refresh it, make it look better. So that's on the list as well. All right, underneath the front of the Jeep here, this is going to be your petcock, your drain for the radiator, that guy there. It's got a couple of other bolts here. I don't know what those are for. There's one on each side. In other vehicles I've owned, that would look like an internal like transmission cooler or oil cooler, but this Jeep doesn't have that, so they're just plugged. So I'm not going to mess with those. But I'm going to get this out, get it draining, and then probably pull the upper radiator hose so that it drains faster. Once we get everything out, we can get a good look at what was in there and get an idea of how bad the system is, and then get started. Alright, radiator is draining now. It does smell like coolant, so it wasn't straight water, but it is very rusty. So the flush is really going to help, I think. So we're going to get that knocked out next. So now we're just going to let this run, and then we'll check it out. Alright, radiator is drained. That is some rusty water. Now we're off to the next step. So we got the flush going in. Instructions here say to dump this entire thing in there and then just fill up the cooling system with water. Let it run for a minimum of 20 minutes. can be in there for up to 4 hours. So I'll probably shoot for like a 30-minute, maybe just run it around the neighborhood, maybe to go get lunch. I don't know. So I'm gonna pour it in there real quick, and then we'll get the water hose in here and fill it up. All right, we've been idling for about 10 minutes now. Coolant temperature's coming up. It's about halfway, so the thermostat should be opening, so that's good. Got another at least 20 minutes to go. Probably going to drive it around the hood just to kind of shake things up. And just let it run, and then we'll have to let it cool down completely, and then we can drain it and start flushing. Well, unfortunately, it looks like this project may have went south. 15 minutes in, it got all the way to hot. I just drove to the end of the street and back just to kind of move it around. When I got back here, I had it sitting here idling. Water was blasting out of the cap, so the cap doesn't seal. And then it started what sounded like a change. Hopefully it was just warm and not something catastrophic. So we'll see. I'm gonna let it cool down. Give it about an hour. See what happens. It sounds like it's knocking or ticking. All right, I'm gonna let it cool down. We'll see what happens. And I know it's real windy out here, and it's probably hard to hear, but can you guys hear that? It's kind of lifting off. Let it cool down a while, let it suck some of the coolant back in. Now it's not making the tick. Maybe it was the water pump, I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. So far so good. Alright, the first flush has been drained out. Still got quite a bit of color to it. We're going around 2. Just getting it warmed back up again. I'm using some hot gloves to drain it, so I don't have to let it cool all the way down. Saves a lot of time because you don't have to sit here and wait on the engine to warm back up and the thermostat to open up again. Starting to bubble now, so I'm going to man the key and get ready. Round 2 of flush. Here we go. All right, so it ran for probably 45 minutes with the cleaner in there. Let it set for a little while, drained it out. Got clear water going back in, purging the system. This is not the first round, this is the second round, and it's a lot cleaner. The first round was really dirty, so this is really going to be helpful, I think. We're going to get this refilled, let it run another 30 minutes or so to flush, and then see how the outflow looks. We may have to do it a second time or a third time. We'll just have to gauge it by how dirty the output is. We're getting there. No more knock, so I'm good. Happy with that. Keep going. All right, next flush cycle started. I think this is number 4. The last one was drained. It still got a little color. Not too bad. I think this may be the last one. We'll see how it looks when it comes out. But if it's just a little brown, I'm going to go with it. Call it good enough. We'll let this one run for about 5 minutes after the thermostat opens up. Then we'll see what it looks like. All right, that last drain come out almost completely clear. I'm calling that good enough for a 40-year-old Jeep. So I'm gonna get it back in the garage so we can get started on swapping out the parts, and then we'll get it filled back up. Looking exciting, I like it. All right, back in the shop. Let it sit here for 30 minutes while I went and had a bite to eat. It's still pretty warm. Not really safe to start working on it yet. At least not the thermostat where it's going to be hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the fan going here. Try to get some air movement in the engine compartment to cool it down faster. And while I'm working on that, or while I'm letting it cool, I'm going to go ahead and take the fan clutch off. That's something I can take off. It's not hot. And I'm going to need some time to clean it up and get it painted. I'm probably going to go ahead and go get the belts. They don't look too bad, but it looks like you're going to have to take the fan off to change the belts, so I might as well do it while I have the fan off. So that's the plan, at least. I'll go ahead and get the fan off, get the clutch changed out, get the fan blades painted up, run and get some belts while it's cooling, and then we'll work on the thermostat. And then that'll be pretty much it. I do have some RTV around here somewhere, so I don't need to get any of that. And then we got the gasket to go into the thermostat there. So I'm going to get started on that. I won't be able to video because you won't be able to hear me over the fan. But we'll get the next step going. Here we go. All right, we got the fan and the pulley off. Pulley is held on by the same bolts that hold the fan on, so I went in and took it off too. Got it cleaned up a little bit with a wire brush, and then I'm going to hit these bolts here to remove the fan clutch from the fan itself. Then we'll get it cleaned up, get some paint on them. While that's drying, I'll run and get the belts. We'll move on to the next step. Progress is good. All right, thermostat housing has been removed and cleaned up the surface here with a wire brush. It was pretty corroded and rusty, so I cleaned that up real good. Got the thermostat housing over here. Went ahead and knocked all the dirt off of it and painted it as well. Might as well while I have it off. Fan, one side of the fan's painted, the pulley's painted, the bolts are painted. I'm going to go ahead and go get those belts while I'm waiting on this to dry, and then we'll paint the other side of the fan and start reassembly. And hopefully we can get this done in about an hour. Looking good so far though. All right, well, the parts house only had one belt, so I'm waiting on the other one that should be here in a couple of hours. So I'm working on this catch can. I decided to put it down in this area here, right beside the radiator. Put the mount bracket here on the back side of the grill housing. Pulled the headlight out to access the other side to put the nuts on. Looks like it's going to fit pretty good right there. I'm fixing to test fit it right now with the clamp and everything and see how it looks. The other question is going to be which way to point the filler. So I don't want it like towards the fan to get impact. So it's probably going to have to go back this way. Something about there. And then route the hose around and hook it up. Comes with a new hose that hooks to the overflow of that. It looks like that's going to work right about there. Just got to make sure I have enough room to get the lid off with this little plastic piece that's here. Progress is looking good. I'm going to try to mount it up and test fit, make sure everything's good, and then we'll bolt it down. Well, that fits in there a lot better than I expected. It's secured. Hose is out of the way, not going to get into the belt or the fan or anything. There's enough room to get the lid off. It's not going to go anywhere. I like that a lot. I am proud of that one, for sure. All right, on to the next step. All right, thermostat is reinstalled. A little bit of RTV in the gasket. Got the clamps on the hoses. Everything tightened back up. I did go from a 195 to a 180. I bought the 180 because that's what the website said was factory, but this was a 195, so it will drop the operating temperature about 15 degrees. But I did notice on the gauge on the dash, if you saw earlier in the video, it was a little high at normal operating temperature. It wasn't dead in the middle, it was a little above middle. So I'm hoping that this 180 will drop it down to where the gauge reads pretty much middle for normal. It's just a lot easier to, at a glance, make sure that nothing's going wrong. When it's close to hot but not quite on hot, you got to really kind of look at it. But if it's in the middle and it's nowhere near hot, then you know that it's good. So I'm hoping that's a bit of a change. I'm going to work on getting the fan clutch installed and get the fan reinstalled while we're waiting on this belt. I did learn that you have to be creative, but you can get the belt around the fan blades and get it back on without having to take the fan off. But I'd rather put it on before I put the fan on so I don't mess up the paint I just put on. So we'll work on that next. All right, things are really coming along now. I got the fan back on. Pro tip, I'm not a pro, but I figured this out. This pulley has to line up with the 4 bolt holes in the water pump and the fan has to line up with the 4 bolt holes in the water pump, and it's almost impossible, at least for me, to get all 3 in the same spot at the same time. So what I did is I took just a couple of little dots of RTV on the back side of this pulley, stuck it on there, lined it up, put a bolt in to hold it, let that dry for about 20 minutes just so it's tacky enough to hold it in place. Then I can take that bolt out, put the fan on, everything lined right up, bolted right up. Now I can't tighten it down really tight because I don't have any way to hold this until I get the belts on. We're waiting on the other belt. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling the radiator with coolant. Get that part started. I won't be able to really run it and burp the system until I get the other belt because I won't have an alternator. But for now, I can get that started while I'm waiting. I still got about 45 minutes before the belt should be there. But I'm going to keep moving forward until I can't. So here we go. All right, guys, it is a good sign when all of the boxes of parts is empty. That means all of the parts are installed, right? So we got the fan clutch. We refinished the fan, refinished the pulley down there. We got new thermostat, refinished the thermostat housing. Got new belts. We got a catch can. We got a new cap. We flushed the system. Now we're going to refill it with fresh coolant. And all will be right with the world. So I'm going to roll it back out of the garage here so I don't fumigate myself. We'll get it started up, get the water hose over here, let it burp, let it warm up, let the thermostat open. We're on the home stretch now, guys. On the home stretch. Still bubbling, still belting. It's up to temperature now. I've heard the fan kick in a little faster a couple of times, so the thermostat should be opening and closing now, so flushing all the air out of the system. Getting close, getting close. All right, guys, that's going to finish this one up. So we got the air bled out of the system. It's filled up with coolant. Everything's running correctly. The engine's at proper temperature. This one is done. Mark a lot of them off the list. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. This one was a big project, guys, and it was a big step towards having the Jeep be more safe and more reliable. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you enjoy this content, you like seeing the old CJ come back to life, please subscribe to the channel. I've also got some OBS content on here if you're more of a truck guy. But either way, just subscribe up and follow along. For now, we're going to finish this one off. You guys have a good one and rock on.